Good morning, and blessings, family, on this wonderful Wednesday. We celebrate God for His goodness on today. Um, Grateful. My thought on today, I'll be brief, heading out now. My thought on today, I thought about prioritizing life. A sermon my husband preached some years ago entitled, Keep the Main Thing the Main Thing. And that's so vitally important when it comes to relationships, when it comes to relationship, even with your husband or wife, son, daughter, co-workers, even strangers. Keep the main thing the main thing. Those that you care about the most, those friends, those lifetime or lifelong relationships that you have had, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. Got to know without a shadow of a doubt, always give the benefit of the doubt. Even when it comes to my life, my husband, my relationship with God, those things I've got to learn to keep the main thing the main thing. And there's a way to do that. You've got to prioritize. Daily when you get up, you got to know this is what I need to handle first. Lord, acknowledge God, and He will share with you exactly how your day ought to be prioritized. For one, the Bible declares that He should be the first one we seek after. Tell Him good morning. Share with Him how you feel. Thank Him for another morning, another journey. Thank Him for another opportunity to get right, or another opportunity to help someone or to help others. Those are things, and I learned a long time ago that if we start out with those kinds of exhortations or affirmations, those kinds of things, thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Thank you for your mercies are renewed. Thank you that your compassions fail not. Thank you for my husband. Thank you for when you thank him enough for that relationship that you do have. Sometimes it just makes everything else that you would come to him with kind of roll away because you get caught up in the praise and appreciation of what you already have. That's so vitally important for us as we prioritize life. I had to this morning make one choice after another choice, but at each point in the road, acknowledging God, Lord, do I feel your presence moving this way? When I go to do this is where you have me at the moment. I know it sounds a little awkward and sometimes even a little deep, but even when it comes to communicating with your husband or wife or with a friend, you've got to be very careful. Move. Yeah, move in the presence of God. Move according to His dictates. That's why you have to listen. Get keen ears to hear the direction you should move and go. Sometimes He's saying, yeah, that's a great idea, but not now. Hold on a moment. Priorities. And my number one priority, should be us all, is to acknowledge God in the morning, just to let Him know, we know you kept us here for a reason. What's that reason? What would you have me to do? How will you have me to go in and out amongst my family, in and out in my home, in and out amongst the people on my job, in the community? What will you have me to do? How will you have me to do it? I just want to be ready and available. That husband or wife that haven't felt your loving care and your concern for them, your words of affirmation a long time, that need to hear you say, you know what? I love you to life. You're such an awesome individual. You are such a valuable and important part of me. You're what makes my life better. Just giving words and encouraging, you'll be surprised what comes back to you. You will be surprised what comes back to you. But keep those priorities in order. We say in the church culture that first God is first in everything. Not only is He first for me, He's my motivation. He's in the midst of it for me. He's first, middle, and last. Everything else stems from that relationship with Him. He makes the triangle better. God, my husband, and then myself. God makes that so much better, keeping him on top, in the center, and all around. It's just better that way. And so those words of affirmation, prioritizing with your family, your loved ones, your spouse, your husband or wife, son and daughter, that's important. Then co-workers, parents, not parents, not necessarily in that order, because your family is important. First God, then your husband or wife, if you're blessed to be married. Remember that order now. Those two are, yeah, those are unchangeable. God, husband or wife, your children, your family, those you live amongst, those you're responsible to, obligated to, and for, your children, then your church family, well, your parents, then if your pastor, like we do, your church family. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of priorities, just keep those things in mind and make good choices today on this Wednesday. What a blessing that is. I hope I've encouraged somebody or someone to prioritize your life. Take a moment and breathe. That's what I've been doing lately. Just taking time to breathe and think things through, think things out, because that's important for us. In order to prioritize, you got to remember what's important. Yeah, when you get in a heated conversation, remember what's important. Yeah, remember that they're not the enemy. The situation needs to be resolved. You need some peace, but there's a way to come about that. Never throw each other out. Okay? Put confusion, all of those other things out. Put the enemy out. But don't ever put one another out. You're going to need them. You're going to need them. Blessings be with you, family. The blessings of the Lord do make every last one of us rich, add no sorrow to us. Listen, I love you with the love of the Lord. He loves each and every one of us so much better. That's an awesome thing, isn't it? It is. Blessings.